So a lot of people have been asking me what happened to Pirate Software. A lot of people have been hitting me up in DMs saying, you covered the D'Angelo Wallace situation pretty well. You do the Pirate Software video because I saw a video and it was just a recap. And I've been seeing a lot of people, a lot of slot people just do recaps of the situation, but not talking about what actually happened in the aftermath and wake. And specifically what I'm talking about is a video about Pirate Software that was pretty popular. It got about 2 million views, where the person didn't really talk about what happened to Pirate Software in the aftermath. Is by Royalty is here, and it didn't talk about it. This just didn't talk about it. This is a recap. This video is a recap. It's a 30-minute recap, essentially, of what happened. I'm going to show you exactly what happened to Pirate Software. He's live right now to 2,700 people, and he has 5,300 subs out of the 77777 goal that he has for himself. This very active chat. People are talking. A lot of people are in there. And he's probably making on ad revenue on Twitch, maybe about, it's been streaming for 17 hours to at least 2,000 people, maybe about, I don't know, $1,000. Let's just lowball and say $1,000. But we do the sub math. So every sub, you get $2.50. So he's made about $12,500 off streaming so far with subs alone. So at the bare minimum, he's got $12,500. We can say that without a doubt. Now, is he loved now? Do people just forget about everything that he did? No, obviously not. He's still getting a crazy amount of dislikes on his YouTube streams, and his Fair Rescue got 3,800 dislikes. And then there's this one, which is starting to weigh out more between the things. And people were saying, did you see that Meat Canyon animation? You see that Meat Canyon animation? And then the Iron Chef, which was 8 days ago. You can check the dislikes out right here. And still pretty big dislikes. So yeah, people were calling him the Meat Canyon guy, the guy from the Meat Canyon video. So I want to point something out. This is what happened to Pirate Software. He's still making money, is what happened. Same with James Charles, who by all accounts had something bad happen, which I'll talk about later. And then Cody Ko, who still is producing things on his second channel and not his main channel, because he knows that if he produced it on his main channel, people would tear him apart. Same with Boogie, who's still making content, averaging about 10,000 views a video, which isn't horrifying, and he still streams, and he just had an engagement at Disneyland. Nothing happened to him. Nothing ever happens if you cancel somebody. I want to stop pretending. I'm going to stop pretending and tell you what really happens when you cancel somebody. But first, a word from our sponsors.
Hey, you actually stuck around for the ad? I'm so proud of you. Let me tell you what I'm pitching to you real fast. Here's something you can do when you're bored, playing games and getting paid for it. If you hit the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen right now, you see that popping up right there? Look at that. It's so cool. It's so convenient. You can sign up to freecash.com and start right away. Now, I know your inclination to say this is a scam, but I assure you, I tried it myself. I thought it was a scam myself. Actually, I did actually try it out and it actually worked. I didn't expect to actually get paid, but I'm getting moolah, baby. It's simple. Create an account with your email and password. It takes seconds, literal seconds. Inside, you'll see a wall of games, a bevy of things, and offers. Pick one you actually enjoy, play through levels, and cash land straight into your free cash account. It's like turning your downtime into a side hustle without even noticing. Some people pull in $10 to $20 a day, but I've seen reports of much more moolah, Mr. Krabs. I've seen Scrooge McDuck numbers, and you can do this all while laying in your bedroom playing games on your phone. All they ask of you is that you spend your time playing the video games. They just want your time. Now, you could spend a little bucks in game to hit levels faster, which lets you unlock the bigger offers and payouts because you got to hit the levels to get bigger payouts. That's how some use it, earning hundreds, even $500 or more on certain offers. It's crazy, but you don't have to spend anything. You can just stick to the free levels like I did and still cash out. The whole point is that instead of just sitting there scrolling endlessly through TikTok or Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts or whatever, you're playing and earning at the same time. When it's time to cash out, you got options. You want to hit up PayPal, you want some gift cards, you can do whatever you want to. It's your decision. It's your world. I'm just living in it. So if you're curious, hit the link in my description or scan the code that's been on screen the entire time. You can just scan the code right there. You have the ability to just screen capture, scan the code, click the description. Make sure you do it through me, guys. Sign up for my link because I'm broke, guys. I'm doing this for the money, man. I got my family locked up. I beg you, please start playing for cash in your spare time. And when you use my link or QR code, you'll get a $5 bonus to get things right off. So go ahead and get the free cash right now. Freecash.com and Ceros TV are not responsible for any bodily harm, any extra harm, anybody getting destroyed, anybody getting hit with a meteor, anybody getting hit with a natural disaster, anybody getting hit with the power of God, anybody with God's wrath, any thunder striking your body, anybody that actually has kids because of this, anybody that gains thousands of dollars, they do not use that in order to attack me or strike me and send drones to my house to destroy my entire body. I appreciate that. That'd be lovely. Thank you. I would appreciate that a lot. And if you could enjoy this, just use my link in the description. Like I said before, use the QR code. Go ahead and do that. Everything's bye.
Okay, back to whatever I was talking about before. So if you just wanted to know what happened to Pirate Software, just know that he's still wildly successful, hated on YouTube, but he has a very dedicated community. I'm going to explain why this is. I'm going to take a step and peel back this performative outrage that keeps happening. I'm going to look at the rusty, grinding machinery underneath the hood of what happens. This concept of cancellation is the internet's most successful placebo. It's a sugar pill we swallow to make ourselves feel like a moral, self-correcting ecosystem, when in reality, we're a petri dish that awards the most resilient strain
of BS. It is not a guillotine to be canceled. Jeffree Star, despite being transphobic, nobody really cares. No one cares. No one's going to poke that with a 10-foot stick. No one cares. It's a carnival ride. You get jostled around for a bit. You might lose your hat, but the line to get back on is already foaming at the mouth. The line is foaming to go to the next thing. It's dumb. It's stupid. Let's look at Pirate Software objectively. If I had let's just look at objective. He was getting a higher viewership before. He was getting a wildly higher viewership before. But if I had 2,000 people watching me, I would be over the moon. This is a crazy number. 2,700? I couldn't even dream of this number. I get 100 people regularly. I couldn't dream this number. But this man is, what did he do? We're not talking about a bad take or an awkward joke. We're talking about a litany of credible first-hand accounts, a chorus of former collaborators singing in psychological torment, professional abuse, it's so much red flags. It was horrible. So much bad things happened with Pirate Software. And then outside of that, beyond the bad takes he did have about the entirety of what happened with the Stop Killing Games initiative, where he was talking about the Stop Killing Games stuff, that should have destroyed him. He wanted people to actively pay more for video games and creators could take it away. It was a whole thing. Everybody forgot about it. No one cares. No one cares. The algorithm, that great unfailing mediator of our souls, did his thing. The next stream went live. The viewership counter, nothing happened. The content was still good. People still watched him. As a matter of fact, some people are happy that he is now more blunt and honest about what he is and say, yeah, you're one of the real creators out there, because the dopamine drip was still steady. If I were ever to get canceled, I would still keep making videos. Wanna know why? People would just forget. They would just forget. As a matter of fact, what's crazy? I pre-canceled myself. This is very important. This is probably the most important thing. And I want people to know this because it's very important.
It has been
Oh God, I'm so loud. I hurt myself. Okay. So if we go to my video, right? If we go to my videos, I have a video that I released like a year ago talking about when I was 16 years old. I'm 29 now. It's called I Was an Abuser. It got 23,000 views. I released it a year ago. This was about how I psychologically and mentally abused my ex. My ex was 17 and I was 16, and I was mentally abusing her in our relationship. I talked about it, and I talked about how she forgave me now and how I was abusive in the past. I was not physically abusive, I was mentally abusive, which still has the same effects. Still has the same effects. It's not as if one's lesser or greater than the other one, by the way. I talked about that. And it was very important for me to admit that because she told me if I ever get big, if I ever get huge, at least admit what you've done. And I said 100% I will do that because that's how you grow as a person. I'm not going to take an easy way out of this. It's not how people work. And you know what happened? People were so happy that I just said it. They just say, okay, yeah, 100%. Happy you said that. That's good. And I lost, 5,000 subscribers. And now I'm at 214,000. I was at about 20,000 and I lost 5,000. That 15,000 was a big dip, but I still continued making stuff and I still pushed. It is so important to talk about what you've done and own up to your mistakes because that's important. It's very important to do so. That's what it is, right? That's what it is. No, it's just James Charles. James Charles was a saga so bizarre that it feels like a Black Mirror episode. It was so strange. Allegations that could have ended any career in any pre-TikTok era are just narrative speed bumps. A new scandal is just a new piece of lore for the parasocial universe. He doesn't even need to be a good person. He just needs to be a consistent brand. This man was talking to 16-year-olds on Snapchat, admitted to it, and said, okay, keep it going. That's what it was. Even the crazier stuff, the Cody Ko stuff, where he actively was going crazy with, was it Tana Montague when she was 16 and he was, I think, 24 or something of that variety, 20-something. He's still making content. I'm going to be very honest about the engine of this whole farce. The audience doesn't want accountability. They want a show. Screaming for blood on main Twitter and then quietly slip into the creator stream for their second monitor. Let's take Mizkif, for example. Mizkif, Miz, during the stream, was getting subs whole time. And Dr. Disrespect, Dr. Disrespect, so much happened with Dr. Disrespect. So much. And you know what's happening with Dr. Disrespect right now? If we look on Dr. Disrespect streams, Dr. Disrespect is monetized. Dr. Disrespect is getting ads. Dr. Disrespect is getting all the still getting everything. Still streams, still does whatever Dr. Disrespect wants to. Live monthly, still goes live. Nothing's really changed at all. Committed infidelity. No one cares. Because no one has the attention span, because there's too many tragedies, and the audience isn't going to hold them accountable for too long. That's what's going on. That's what it is. Because people are going to want to see what they're doing and see what they're saying. They're the hate watchers, the rubberneckers of digital car crashes. And their viewership counts. It keeps going. The platform sees engagement. It doesn't see ethics. A controversy isn't a stain. It's a feature. It drives traffic. YouTube will demonetize a small artist for a whiff of copyrighted music while letting a credibly accused predator run ads on their apology video because one moves the needle and the other doesn't. It's the business model. I don't know how many times in so many different ways I have to keep regurgitating the same thing. And you know what really is driving this home? The fan-based tribalism. Every creator of a certain size, let's say you reach 1 million. If I reached 1 million, I'd be fine for life. There'd be nothing that could stop me out. Nothing. Genuinely nothing. You get a certain size that cultivates a digital militia, a legion of stans who treat any criticism as an act of war against their chosen personality. They don't see evidence. They see a smear campaign. That's like a smear campaign. You just hate this person. They don't hear victims. They hear clout chasers because this person's so big, this huge. They have turned the language of skepticism into a shield for the indefensible, creating an impenetrable fortress of whataboutism and memes that make any meaningful conversation impossible. The community becomes a cult of personality, and the personality is the product. That's what it is. I think time is the ultimate accomplice. The internet's memory is fickle, very fickle. We are all suffering from collective amnesia, always. Willingly curated by the endless scroll. A creator doesn't need to offer a genuine transformative apology. They just need to outlast a news cycle. They go quiet for a few weeks. Oh, that's a strategic retreat. And when they return, the algorithm, which has the attention span of a gnat, has moved on. To bring up the old controversy, you know what you are? Oh, you're obsessed. Oh, you're living in the past. We have done so much work to destroy the act of remembering. The grand lie we tell ourselves is that we vote with our attention. A beautiful theory, utterly dismantled by practice. I believe that's the same way I feel about polyamory, to be quite honest with you. No need to throw straight at polyamory, just give you an example. We are a species of rubberneckers. We consume the apology video. We dissect the non-apology. We clip the most dramatic moments. Our disgust is still a form of engagement. Our outrage is still a metric. The platform doesn't care if you're there to support or to skirn. It only cares that you're there, that your eyes are on the ad, that your data is being harvested. So they don't get canceled. They get a software update. They rebrand. They pivot to a new platform, launch a new series, adopt a new, more somber aesthetic. You wonder why Logan Paul didn't get canceled for what he did? Ever wonder why that happened? Well, because he kept going. They perform a shallow, corporate-approved act of contrition, the apology video. A genre so stale and predictable it has its own tropes, and the audience, desperate for a neat narrative, mostly accepts it. You know who I made to a video about Miranda Sings. That would be good. Because Miranda Sings, don't even know what happens with her. What's going on with Miranda Sings? She's still doing stuff? Wonder what's going on here. Colleen Ballinger. What's happening with Colleen Ballinger? I don't even know what's happening with Colleen Ballinger. 2 years ago, she made a thing. Colleen Ballinger. That was a crazy situation. That was nuts. Oh my God. She's still around. Nothing's changed. This didn't affect her at all.
This didn't affect her in any capacity. This didn't do anything. This is the greatest thing I ever saw. Lil Nigga and it was pure love group thing. And you know what's crazy? You can't see dislikes. So you just see like 2,000 likes in the video. I can see dislikes. You guys can't. This just keeps going. They can just keep doing whatever they want to. This is crazy. This is just nothing. This is a whole bunch of nothing. Nobody cares. Just nobody cares. This is insane work. I just Then it's great. The slate is wiped clean, not by genuine atonement, but by strategic silence and a new upload schedule and a new channel. A new channel. That's what happens. In the end, cancel culture was never about justice. I think it's about catharsis. It was a collective performative scream into the void, a way for us to feel a flicker of moral agency in a system that is fundamentally amoral. We wanted to believe that we could police the digital town square, but we failed to realize the town square is owned by a corporation that profits from the chaos. The streamer you cancel today will be trending again tomorrow because the machine requires it. The only true cancellation is obscurity. That's it. And in the attention economy, there is no fate more terrifying than being forgotten. And we, the audience, are terrified of forgetting our favorite clowns, even when they deserve to be left in the dark. And that's why you clicked on this video, isn't it? To learn what happened to your favorite clown. Anyways, that's what happened to Pirate Software. Absolutely nothing. Bye.
I'm your nigga night, be my loyalties low. Ooh, happy to try what you need. Your world, I love to live in it. Ooh, I love the ride when you're free.